My name is Evan Johnson. I'm the Senior Sales Strategy Manager here at Amazon and their US Global Selling team. Our team takes sellers that are based in America and expands them to other markets, such as Europe. For a fun fact, one of my first jobs actually was working in an Amazon warehouse, first loading trucks, then picking inventory. So I've come a long way. So, to start off with a quick question, true or false? Products sold by US sellers in Europe receive higher customer ratings and lower return rates compared to other sellers. What do you guys think? How many would say true? Okay, decent showing. And how many of you think false? Okay. Well, the trues have it, and here democracy does win. You're correct. US products are highly valued in Europe. Your products perform better compared to other sellers' products in European stores, with higher customer ratings and fewer returns than other sellers. And this indicates that there is a clear demand for American products in Europe. So, today, we'll cover 3 areas. 1, why does Europe represent your best first step in global expansion? 2, how to chart your path there. And 3, some of the Amazon solutions that make it all possible. So, why Europe? Though it may seem daunting, Europe isn't just another market. It's your gateway to global expansion. With established marketplaces across multiple countries and customers who value US products, it's a natural first step for successful US sellers. This is especially important in today's global age, where a diverse customer base is a must-have. Your new customers await you overseas. So, some quick facts just about the opportunity in Europe. By 2027, the online shopping population in Europe will exceed 587 million. This is 100 million more than the total population of the United States and Japan combined. The European e-commerce market size will reach 1.5 trillion by 2027. The 2 largest marketplaces, Britain and Germany, in those countries, about 75% of people are currently buying online, and they're spending an average of $2,500 per year. So, a large marketplace, plus a high percentage of people buying online, and a relatively high spend per customer, second only to America, shows why Europe is a large opportunity. Now, why should you expand to Europe with Amazon? Amazon has unique sites for the UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Sweden, Netherlands, Belgium, Poland, and Ireland, all localized and all suited for each country's unique audience. And working with Amazon, you can easily expand to multiple marketplaces thanks to our solutions. We make it simple to expand to and operate in multiple countries simultaneously. Expanding through Amazon should build confidence. After all, the Amazon brand is one of the largest in the world and one of the most trusted by consumers. Given all the investment that we've made into infrastructure, both digital and physical, avoiding European expansion is leaving money on the table. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Fox Pro Sports, a successful US seller who took their business to Europe. Unfortunately, they weren't able to join us today, but I'll be speaking about their journey. Throughout our session, we'll see how they navigated the launch process, the expansion process, and what kind of success they're seeing today. Fox Pro Sports is a leading brand in sports medicine. As you can see, they have like wrist wraps, knee braces, kind of things that help you out with joint pain. They began selling in Amazon in 2015 And a few years later, they decided to enter Europe. So some quotes from them. When we started in Amazon over 10 years ago, it quickly became our strongest channel due to the reach, customer trust, and fulfillment capabilities. This foundation allowed us to steadily expand our product portfolio and gain confidence in scaling to new regions. We chose FoxPro as a case because they represent a good example of a seller ready for Europe. They have a few years of significant success in the US under their belt. They've achieved product market fit and are focusing on their best-selling products. And they are ready to reach new customers and diversify in a new market. So that sounds great. Now, what are the steps that a seller needs to take in order to go to Europe? There'll be a lot of information here. Bear with me. First, you may be curious to understand, what is the opportunity for me? This case study is great. All these figures and facts are great, but my business is unique. What can I expect? So you'll be able to use some of our product selection tools which analyze Amazon data in order to predict European demand for your products, provide insights, and even a cost-benefit analysis. This can be accessed via Seller Central, and I'll speak more about this later. Next, you create your European account in addition to your existing Amazon seller account. We make this easy via our Seller Central portal, which you can see via the Sell Globally dashboard. Most of our sellers go to the UK first due to the same language. Every European country requires you to register a VAT number. So this is a tax ID that you have to have in order to begin any kind of business in any kind of European country. You will need an individual ID for each country. Typically, this costs about $200 to $300, takes between 8 and 12 weeks. We need to complete this step before we can move on to the next. Additionally, products sold in Europe have to meet certain product, packaging, and environmental regulatory standards. While this may seem like a lot, we have streamlined this process so that you don't get lost in the details, ensuring a smooth start. Finally, logistics. Logistics is our bread and butter, and we have several solutions for getting your product to Europe, storing it, and delivering it to the customer. We strongly recommend using Fulfillment by Amazon. Because of our size, we have negotiated discounts with shipping providers to send products to the US, to send products from the US or China to Europe, either by ocean or air. On the last mile side, we can deliver to multiple countries from a single warehouse within 1 or 2 days, thanks to our Pan-EU program, which I will also speak about later. So this may seem like a lot, but our team will be more than willing to help you with steps 2 through 4. This entire process takes between 6 and 9 months on average, but can vary based on your product's compliance complexity. So you've launched in Europe. Congratulations. Now, how can you get that first success, those first 90 days? We call these the golden 90 days. These first 90 days are critical for establishing your brand's presence in Europe, and taking the proper steps here can set the tone for greater success to come. As I mentioned, most of our sellers launch in the UK first, as there is no language barrier, and there they can easily take their first steps of expansion. So first, register any local trademarks or authorized brand owners for your Amazon brand registration. Next, make sure to enhance and optimize your listing using A+ content to increase your sales conversion. So again, not just text, but make sure you have pictures, videos, any kind of, the more descriptive, the better, because again, you are entering a new market. These customers may not be familiar with your product, may not even be familiar with your product's category, so they'll want to learn as much as possible. Next, set up ads in order to increase traffic to new products. You'll have to continuously optimize automatic and manual sponsored ads and display ads. Keep in mind that what works for you in America may not necessarily work for you in another country. So you'll have to be diligent about monitoring and updating this. Finally, make sure to set up coupons and actively participate in deals in order to win new customers in new markets. It's a great way to have discoverability by participating in these events, and keep in mind that different countries have different event calendars. Great, so those 90 days have been successful for you. Congratulations. Now, what would your first year look like? How could you make Europe a real success for you? As I mentioned, most sellers go to the UK first, but we strongly recommend that you finish your European journey by expanding. First to Germany, which is the largest e-commerce market in Europe, and then to France, Italy, and Spain. Combined with the UK, we call this the EU5. This is really the core group of countries. Keep in mind that you'll need to adjust your descriptions for each local language. We have several logistics programs that will help in getting your products to the warehouse and to the customer in each country. We may have logistics problems, but don't worry, we're working on those. Next, make sure to increase your catalog. So this is really important as you expand in the first year. A lot of sellers, when they first expand to Europe, they kind of want to dip their toes in the water with maybe their top 5 to 10 products to kind of see what works, what doesn't. What's really important then, as you find your success and as you want to grow further, is to make sure that you bring all of your items, or at least as many products as possible, from the US into Europe. So the wider selection you have, the more sales you see. Pretty logical. We can help with the recommendations for which specific items will be best for specific countries, and we can help overcome any kind of product eligibility or compliance issues. Streamlining operations. This takes two main forms. One, inventory management. Make sure that your best-selling items have inventory to fulfill for the next 3 months. You can take this by basing on your weekly turnover, multiplying by 12. Now, 3 months may seem like a lot, but you have to keep in mind that when shipping your products overseas, it means that that longer lead time means that you have to have a bit more of a buffer in terms of inventory present. This ensures that you don't go out of stock, which can hinder your success in Europe, of course. Because your products have a further distance to travel, it's very important to keep an eye on inventory. Next, in streamlining operations is your fulfillment speed. If you haven't already, we strongly recommend that you join Fulfillment by Amazon for last-mile solutions to be close to the customers, as well as first-mile solutions to take advantage of our bulk discounts. The quicker you can reach the customer, the better. Finally, optimizing marketing operations. You should improve ads efficiency and return on ad spend across all marketplaces, making sure that you're using the right keywords and the right advertisement types. Again, different marketplaces have different characteristics, so you'll have to make sure to monitor and adjust accordingly. Make sure to participate in all the big sales events and make sure that you are using the right deal types. This is all pretty straightforward. It's nothing new, but the key is consistently monitoring and adjusting in all of these different marketplaces. So that may seem like a lot, but the good thing is that we're here. As I mentioned, we are a part of the Amazon US Global Selling Team. Our organization has the specific responsibility of helping American sellers expand to new markets. We've got around 100 people, and our largest team is focused specifically on expanding American sellers into Europe. We are one of the few teams at Amazon that is seller-facing, with a vast majority of us speaking with sellers like you on a daily basis. The conversations that our team has with sellers are incredibly valuable and a critical driver of the products and programs that Amazon invests resources to build. So if something's bothering you, please talk to us so that we can make sure to invest in a solution so that you can overcome that problem in the future. We help you not only launch in Europe, but continue to grow and define success. If you are invested in Europe, we are invested in you. So returning to our case, FoxPro. A quote from them: their decision to enter Europe. Our first step was into the UK around 2019, mainly because the shared language made things simpler. The real turning point came in 2021, once our team grew. We were then able to focus more closely on each European market, especially the UK and Germany, where we saw the most potential. They are very happy working with us because they did not have to build everything from scratch. As I mentioned, we've invested a lot in programs and products to make it easier for you to get your products to Europe and get them into the hands of customers. Finally, they were quite happy with working with us as a team, saying that our account manager plays a major role in our success, providing the strategic advice as well as smoothing out any complexities. I won't lie, there might be some bumps along the road, but that's why we're here. We're here to help out. So, in our experience helping sellers expand to Europe, we've identified a few common roadblocks and have invested in programs and products to ensure a smooth and profitable expansion for our sellers. First up, and this is the most important for the first step, understanding the opportunity. We have a specific tool called Sell Globally. The Sell Globally experience is an AI tool in Seller Central which analyzes data from our European marketplaces and compares it with your product selection. It helps you understand your unique opportunity in Europe. What I'm showing here is a screenshot from an actual seller demonstrating their predicted sales, any kind of incentives they might have, the highest potential store, and what kind of top ASINs they have. All of this is made individually for you, and you can see this. This tool will recommend which of your specific products would be the best fit for specific marketplaces. This is really important for you to understand as you say, Europe has a lot of countries. Maybe my products would be better suited for Germany, better suited for France. Well, this tool can help you find that out. We analyze a lot of demand signals in order to provide these product insights. Next, using this tool, you can understand the costs of selling in Europe. This includes both one-time setup costs and the variable costs linked to your inventory and sales. This helps you do a cost-benefit analysis. Maybe it'll bring X amount of profit. This will let you put the numbers on that decision to give you more certainty. And finally, we guide you through the launch process with a checklist of steps to complete launching a store in Europe. This way, you can stay on track and you can build a roadmap for yourself. Maybe you need to put a specific person on this task. But this gives you, again, it reduces the uncertainty by giving you a concrete roadmap and concrete figures to look at. Most importantly, it allows you to understand what are the opportunities for you in Europe and quantifies them in dollar terms. As I mentioned, this is via the Sell Globally tab in your Seller Central. So please take a photo, check this out. It's quite handy. Next, compliance. To sell in Europe, you need to follow certain product compliance, environmental compliance, and trade compliance regulations. Now, European regulations and compliance can seem intimidating to sellers, but we have a solution. We have a service provider network, which ensures that you get easy access to the counsel you need. So how this works is, let's say you're selling, lithium-ion batteries, and you're not sure, what are the specific regulations I have to look at when I'm selling in France, for example? The good thing is, we can connect you with a service provider who can help with the logistics and the compliance of making sure that your product is not only okay for the market, but will have all of the, basically the T's crossed and the I's dotted, because it can be complex. We have a wide range of compliance providers based in Europe, and they're a one-stop shop for VAT registration and compliance, environmental and packing compliance, translations, and more. So we found the expert partners that can help you get set up. These providers offer package deals for multiple services and countries with pricings based on a per country and a per product basis. So the more countries and the more products you work with, the better the savings. So again, we know that regulations are not easy to handle, but we connect you with the experts who have done this 1,000 times. Finally, a bit about logistics. While Europe is comprised of multiple countries, it doesn't have to be complicated from a logistics perspective. As I mentioned before, we strongly recommend that sellers do Fulfillment by Amazon, given the investment we have made to make things easier and cheaper for you, as our scale means that we can negotiate better bulk rates. And I want to talk about one specific program that we're using, Pan-European FBA. Now, the good part of this program is that you can reach multiple countries from a single warehouse, a single country warehouse with no cross-border delivery fees for most of our continental European sites. So what this means is that you can sell in multiple different marketplaces, but you only have to inbound your products to a single warehouse in Germany. This way, you can be Prime eligible for multiple countries within 1 or 2 day shipping. We have an intelligent inventory allocation that helps out, and this simplifies your inventory placement and ensures a faster delivery and a better customer experience. Some other programs we have Dual Inbound, which is a logistics program that basically divides your shipment in between Europe and the UK. Given Brexit, this is a hard border, so you'll see, for example, the UK is not up on that. However, we do have a specific program to make sure that you can reach both countries simultaneously. We also have solutions like Amazon Global Logistics or Amazon Cross-Border Carrier Partner Program, CEN. As I mentioned, we have different options for ocean and for air. A lot of times when sellers want to start off, they may want to start with a small shipment, send it via air, and then as they ramp up, then they'll move to the ocean-bound shipments. All right, so returning to our case, FoxPro. In 2021, after expanding to the UK, they saw these strong demand signals in the rest of Europe, and they took action. They used Sell Globally to understand that their products are, in fact, profitable in multiple European countries. They used Pan-European FBA to reach multiple countries by inbounding only to Germany. A quote from them about that. Pan-EU has been essential for our efficiency. It lets us centralize inventory in Germany while still reaching customers across Europe. They also mentioned that they rely heavily on localized Amazon ads campaigns and our account management team, who have guided us on compliance, market insights, and promotions. They're also using FBA first mile solutions, such as Amazon Global Logistics, in order to take advantage of those bulk discounts. And so what did they get? Comparing 2020 to 2024, they saw a 950% sales growth in Europe, not bad, and they've successfully diversified. This last statistic, that 40% of their overall sales are from Europe, is perhaps the most important statistic in this presentation, because this could be you. So, what are some of the key takeaways from this presentation? 1, the opportunity. The combination of a huge e-commerce market size with the vast reach of Amazon's localized stores and infrastructure proves why Europe is the first step in global expansion for a vast majority of US sellers. 2nd, you can easily launch in Europe. While expanding to Europe may seem intimidating, we have taken the guesswork out of making the decision and have designed specific solutions to overcome roadblocks and in identifying customer demand, compliance with different European regulations, and getting your products into Europe and into the hands of customers. Finally, proven strategies for growth. We have established playbooks, tested solutions, and an experienced team which has helped thousands of sellers grow and find success in Europe. You can be one of them.